Hey, how you do one thing is literally how you do everything. Come in here, come closer. And in this video, we're going to talk about procrastination, how it rules our lives, and I will give you 3 simple, easy to use strategies so you can break out of it and start moving forward on the things that you really want to move the needle on. So let's get right into it. So many times, and I'm guilty of it too, we put things off to the last minute. We'll find a million excuses or reasons not to do something, including doing things that are actually harder than the thing that we were meant to do. Now, I've noticed a pattern in my life, and maybe it might be true for you too, but oftentimes the thing that's giving us the most resistance is actually the thing that we need to do, the thing that will move the needle the most. So with that being said, friends, let's get right into these 3 strategies that will make you kick that procrastination to the curb no matter what it is you're trying to accomplish. These strategies are something we'll have to heavily rely on in the beginning so we can actually move the needle to where we want to be. Remember, my friends, clarity comes through action. Until you actually take that step and do the thing that you're meant to do, the thing that you have resistance with, that you've been putting off for X amount of time, you won't get the feedback you need to get clarity on your mission. You know, when you're going through something new, it's like foggy. We don't exactly know like where this is gonna lead, but we make the video anyways. Now, this is the first one. Cold shower every morning. It's something you're gonna dread for the first little bit, and you're only gonna be able to tolerate for a little while when you first start. In fact, I recommend when you first start, maybe even hop into the warm shower before you actually turn it to cold. Take the hardest possible thing you're going to do all day and do that first. And what harder thing to do than a ice cold shower first thing in the morning? Look, I'll tell you guys, you do this cold shower first thing in the morning and the rest of your day, no matter how many challenging tasks you have, is going to seem like it's all downhill from there. Not only that, but research has shown that doing a cold shower will actually put you more in your own body, make you more kind of grounded in a way. And many successful people, even people like Joe Rogan, they actually vouch by this cold shower every morning as part of their daily routine. Many of the other successful people that I know also do this. And so that's how you're going to start your day. One cold shower, first thing in the morning. I usually do it right after I wake up, so I give myself 0 excuses to do this. And I'll tell you one more thing. There's a recent podcast I watched with Andrew Huberman where he talks about the benefits of ice baths and cold showers. What it does really is it actually trains a part of your brain that has to overcome hard things. So with that being said, when you're in the cold shower, maybe you're first starting out, start with, a cool shower, but eventually you'll want to actually go to a cold shower to the point where you feel like you want to jump out. And when you're in that cold shower, I'll do a whole separate video on cold showers, but when you're in the cold shower, try to tolerate it as much as you can and try to stay as calm as you can in the cold shower. And how does it help with procrastination? Well, you will want to procrastinate the hell out of this activity. Trust me. I've had so many mornings where I'm sitting there with my coffee and I'm thinking, oh, hey, I need to jump in the cold shower. Then I'll pull up emails. Then I'll do something else. And in reality, you should just jump in the cold shower first thing in the morning and get it over with. So this part of the routine will actually help train that part of your brain to overcome hard things and kick that procrastination to the curb when it comes up in other parts of your life. Remember, friends, the way you do one thing is the way you do all things. On to the next one. Number 2. This one comes from my man, Warren Buffett, the 80-20 rule. It's actually called the Pareto principle that states that 80% of your outcomes in your life will only come from 20% of the results. Did I read that right? The Pareto principle states that 80% of your outcomes will come from 20% of the causes. So the way you want to use the 80-20 principle from Warren Buffett and the way he uses it is make a list of all the things that you hope to do, either whatever timeline you're looking at, whether it's that week or that day. Rank them from most important to least important. Once you're done that, cross off 80% of that list. So if you wrote 10 items down on that list, cross 8 of those off and completely put them in your mental recycle basket for now. The reason why you want to do that is to free up your mental clutter in your mind. We live in an incredibly busy society with so many things being put on our plate all the time, whether it's our choice or not. And so the way we can manage this is to actually manage our lists effectively by pushing off everything that can wait for later and just focusing on what's going to move the needle the most. This is how I use the 80-20 principle in my everyday life. And it's not to say that you won't get to those items on the bottom of the list, but they're there for a reason. It is very likely that you will see the right time to get those things done, but oftentimes we end up doing tasks, like a ton of nonsense tasks that don't actually move the needle. And that's one sneaky way that procrastination creeps up on us. Now, I don't know where I got this third one from, and I want to say it's maybe from Atomic Habits, but this one is called the 2-minute rule. And what the 2-minute rule is basically anything that you know or feel will take less than 2 minutes of your time does not make it on your list at all. You need to actually complete that task immediately. And I set myself a 2-minute rule, but it could be a 5-minute rule. But in short, it's basically a short time rule for things that will just take up space, mental space in your mind, and will keep you from getting to those 20% important things that we talked about earlier. This is going to do a few things for you. Now, I was the kind of guy that would always soak my dishes no matter what. It could be a plate with a few crumbs on it. I will still decide to soak the plate because I can put it off for later. And that's to the degree which I had kind of been procrastinating almost every single thing. And so this 2-minute rule addresses those little activities that are going to take up mental clutter, mental space, make you feel crappy over time, and instead turn that around, build momentum into getting things done, and also give you quick little dopamine hits of success. This plays into the winner's effect. And really, honor every moment where you took this 2-minute rule and did the activity and make yourself feel really good about it. Because when you do that, they kind of add up as little wins. And these little wins build up momentum towards bigger wins, the bigger things in your life that you're working towards. Do the cold shower every day, use the 80-20 principle, and also use the 2-minute rule wherever you can, and do these things together for at least 3 weeks, and I promise it's going to change your life. You're going to feel like you have this new lease on life where you're kind of a go-getter and you get things done. I believe the way you do one thing is the way you do all things. And if you apply these little techniques to your everyday life, it's going to drastically move the needle for you and move you towards your true purpose. Use these 3 techniques and do them for at least 3 weeks, and then report back to me in the comments and let me know, did this actually move the needle for you? If you got value out of this video, of course, I would appreciate you subscribe to this channel where I will provide you more insights like this and help you move the needle in your life. So with that being said, friends, until next time, peace.